Greetings and salutations, IRL Nation, and welcome back to the show. Whew, it's done, y'all. It's done. 2023 is over. Let's go. Can't wait to get rid of that 2023 baggage, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a year. What a year. Now we got 2024 here. It's looking up to be one of the most crazy years of our lifetime. I'm telling you guys right now, it is about to get super freaking wild in 2024. I can already feel it. Today's episode is going to go over all that stuff, man. We're going to review 2023. We're going to give you some predictions on 2024. Just, variables, chess playing as we do. We're going to talk about a couple of things that I'm launching here for 2024 now that I've got a few podcast episodes under my belt. That's 10. Okay. We just had our 10th episode. Thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are really amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of the IRL Nation. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep expanding. We got some new goals, some new thresholds to hit here in the new year. And we're going to get it, y'all. It is the year of you. We are about to make sure that you got you on point. We got we on point. And I'm excited, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Wrapping up 2023. Okay, so there's so much that happened in 2023. Like, it's one of those things that I wish we could just have skipped, but we didn't. So let's just go ahead and review some of the wildness that was 2023. Okay. First off, January, we're coming into year number 3 of COVID. Okay. Year number 3. That's what happened. Year number 3 of COVID. And we're all like, okay, we're done. You don't get to keep doing this. You don't get to keep locking us down. This year is our year. We already gave you a year. We're 2 years actually. We're done. So we're coming into the end of COVID, right? That's the tone we set into it. Then we got some man. I'm just gonna go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia's got a great little list here. We're gonna review some of these, and it's actually pretty telling as to why 2023 was so bad. Check this out. You had the Pope. Pope dead. Pope dies in January. Oh my God. Okay, so we got to get a new Pope. That means Jesus was upset. He had to call one home. Okay, if y'all still believe in that. Okay. And then, all of the Middle East just started fighting each other over the same crap, because we have also year number 2 of Russia, Ukraine. It's full steam ahead. Year 2 into that war, right? So that's hot over there. And then you got this thing popping off in Israel. There was a little raid that Israel did at the end of January into Palestine that killed a whole bunch of Palestinians. And no one's talking about, because now we have, Israel and Gaza is full blown genocide right now. But in January 2023, Israel was already doing this crap. They were already poking the bear. It was nuts. And then, of course, Palestinian retaliates, and back and forth we go. So war on that side of the planet is happening, all right? And then let's jump into February. Okay, let's jump into February. We had the European Central Bank and the Bank of England, their interest rate went up crazy because now we're doing inflation, right? This is when inflation kicks off. So now we got the world inflating because of the United States inflation, right? That was at the beginning of February. The euro goes up. Everybody's adjusting to inflation. We've had what? And then, oh man, I totally forgot about this part because all the stuff was so wild. How many natural disasters do you think happened this year, guys? How many? How many cataclysmic natural disasters came through Earth and was yep, that happened? A whole bunch. Okay. There were floods. There were earthquakes. There were tidal waves. There was twisters, there was tornadoes, there was crocodiles eating people. There was so much natural disasters that happened. Like, that's going to have its own little section. Okay. This is the stuff that affects people outside of climate. Cool. Let's see here. February. Yep. Earthquake. European Parliament approves diesel vehicles in Europe. Okay. That's cool. We got Lebanon crisis again. Okay. Lebanon's always got another crisis going on. Let's see here. Oh, here's one. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about this one. February. Alleged Chinese spy balloons spotted in America. Y'all remember that? That big old gray balloon with Chinese writing on it that just floated into South Carolina and got shot down? Right? That was February. We all totally forgot about that, huh? But let's jump into March, guys. Let's jump into March, because March is when it really got to set off, okay? This is March this year. 2023 was crazy. What do you guys know about Silicon Valley Bank? Oh, yeah. March 2023, Silicon Valley Bank fails and collapses. Okay? Got to get bought out. And then you got OpenAI coming. That launches in March of same year. And then you have another financial institution collapse in that. Like this, the banks. It's funny. The banks went under the same time AI was launched. I wonder if there's a correlation there, conspiracy theorists. I wonder if there is. And there's got to be some sort of like extracurricular things happening with all that, because then in the end of March, you had basically the BRICS, right? So you had Brazil, China, Russia, Ukraine, not Ukraine, but the BRICS. I forget they're all of them right now. Let's just do it. BRICS, B. So you have Brazil, Russia, India, China. I know there's another one. But they all signed a treaty or an agreement to use their own currencies, which stopped using the United States dollar as an intermediary. So basically the world said, we don't need to use US money anymore for our benefit. We're just going to go ahead and use our own money. So all that financial crap happened in March, guys, in March of 2023. And then I think something had to go down, because then, coming in April, you have Finland joining NATO, which pissed Russia off. I think all these people in the financial world, or all the elite people, the people who run the world really, got a little scared because they started seeing banks fall apart, and that's what, some of their money grabs. So they had to put out some other information in the world so we could all just, matrix our way through life again. So they put out a whole bunch of things. You had Finland joining NATO, which pissed Russia off. Now the war. The war is about to get intensified, right? And then you had documents leaked that, Russia invasion plans of Ukraine, documents leaked. So all the attention had to stop being around the rich folk, the people who run the world, right? They had to stop paying attention to them because, oh no, our money's our money. We have to protect the money. I mean, yeah, we got to protect our money. So look at the war. Yeah, focus on the death part. Yeah, be outraged about that. So that's April. April totally is all about that. And then like one little footnote that we all had to like have a little laugh over. I do remember this part. Y'all remember SpaceX's spaceship blowing up? Like basically stating to the world, oh yeah, not everybody can go to space. NASA kind of, should have had that unlocked, but SpaceX was a thing. Yeah, their spaceship blew up, and we all had, oh, that's right, huh? Duh. And then there was May. Oh, glorious May. Oh, to see you right before summer. We are springing into summer with May. Yes, so May. We just go ahead and have the First Republic Bank fail. Financial institution back in the news. That's no good, especially right before the United States had to host Xi Jinping. Oh, that's not a good look. Okay, First Republic Bank goes under and is bought out by Chase. So, we all had to talk about that for a sec. And then the most glorious of glorious news that we all were waiting for. WHO releases the declaration of COVID-19 pandemic. It's no longer a pandemic. And everyone's like, yeah, been there, done that. You took 3 years of our lives. Thanks. Appreciate you. Should have done this a while ago, but whatever. So finally, officially, the declaration of COVID-19 is over. We all just kind of skipped over it. Like no one really is talking about what happened during those years of our lives that were snatched away from us. Like I'm gonna have a whole section on that, the COVID years, and I'm gonna start interviewing people as to how they got through it, how they were able to like maintain their sanity, just all the things about COVID that we really don't want to talk about, but it is 3 years of our lives, so we're going to talk about it. So May really isn't looking that hot, right? May, I mean, like we're really just coasting into 2023 and shit is just going down like it has been for the last 2 years, and we're all kind of burnt out on it. We don't care if it's a tornado. We don't care if there's another school shooting. We don't care if there's another war. We don't care if there's another earthquake. We don't care. We don't care. Our lives are hard. We're already tapped. We know we're gladiators out here in the arena, and we're just saluting you before we die. Like that's what it feels like, okay? That's what happens. And so now we come into May just trying to grunt out 2023, right? Because finally, it's here. All the COVID stuff is done. We can just be done. Little did we know our entire lives would be upended by infrastructure failures being led by this crazy one, the Odessa train derailing. Y'all remember that shit? That was crazy. You had this entire train like collapse and derail, one of the biggest, or I think it was the biggest that it's ever, biggest train derailment or biggest train crash ever in history. And the people knew about it. The people knew about it. They knew the stuff was broken. They knew the brakes wouldn't work. We've already had this discussion now, because we're post 2023, but you had that pop off at the beginning of summer. The beginning of summer, you had this train derailment pop off, okay? And then, because we, now we're like, okay, so train derailment, okay, but what do we do? Well, we gotta not focus on our lives. So let's talk about, there's some significant things happening in Russia, Ukraine. Oh, so some maneuver happened in Russia-Ukraine war, and now they're still fighting over some land, and so we're all still trying to catch up on that crap, right? And then one of the funniest I fucking told you so moments of 2023, you had the Titan submersible implosion. I know everybody remembers this crap. There was an instant meme. There was pictures. Like it was the whole, these billionaires don't know what they're doing with life. They're the ones screwing up our entire lives, and yet they can't even figure out that they shouldn't go down to the bottom of the ocean in a rink-a-dink makeshift submarine. Like we got to see the full stupidity of the people who run our world in full effect when that whole entire thing happened with the Titan submersible. And then we got some good weeks out of that, y'all. I remember that. We got some good weeks out of that, making fun of that. And then we all kind of just like died off a little bit because you know what? We're tapped. It's June. Everybody, all these kids are graduating. It's summertime. I'm about to enjoy the first summer of post-COVID. Even though we still had some like weird COVID policies that these companies just wouldn't let go of because, they didn't want to get sued, and they just had to make sure that we all understood the suffering that we went through for the last 2.5 years. They just kept those policies in place because, they couldn't just figure out how to rewrite company policy. But whatever. We rolled into July, baby. We rolled into summertime. And I'm telling you, man, July did not let down, okay? The summertime, everyone was feeling the vibe. Everyone was trying to get, this warm sunshine in their body, right? So we had India basically saying, we're just going to go ahead and, let Russia import fuel off of the Chinese yen instead of the US dollar because U.S. has got these crazy sanctions, so Russia's still getting the oil anyways. No one cared, okay? So we were like, they're just spending our money, wasting our time doing all of this. Cool. I'm so glad you guys are wasting our money. Thanks. Appreciate that so much. And then you had the people who do the show, the SAG-AFTRA people, they went on strike. Like it was like this is when all the strikes started happening. You had SAG went on strike. In the middle of all that, you had the Women's FIFA World Cup, which I didn't really watch, but I heard it was a good one. And then to round out July, you had a suicide bomber in Kahar, in that part of the region. Again, the Islamic State, you guys have Israel. Like, this is already happening still in the world. We're just not paying attention to it because it didn't hit national news, right? So you had more retaliation between Israel fighting with Palestine, and then there's huge, like, suicide bombing happened. And then, finally, people started paying attention, right? And then we go into August. We're setting records in August, baby. That's right. World's hottest month, July. Not the kind of records we want to be setting, right? And then we figured out, what comes with heat comes with melted ice. And so the ocean rose. Y'all remember that when they told us, the ocean rose by like a 2 millimeter, whatever the measurement that they do that's significant. And then it was also warmer by like 2 degrees, and people are freaking out because, that means global warming is really happening. Maybe we should start paying. It's too late, guys. It's too late. Time to pay attention was a couple decades ago, but you chose not to. So now we're here. We get to deal with it. Thanks. August, again, global warming, the wildfires in Hawaii. Yeah, okay. So when the wildfires happened in Hawaii, I couldn't believe that FIFA never showed up. Relief never showed up. Like, it took months of news and just basically social media pressuring the United States government into doing its job and giving help to Maui because it had a freaking wildfire collapse on itself. Yeah, that whole story, again, just exposed what really, like, who really controls the world? Who really controls, America? No one really cared because it wasn't in front of their face, even though those are our brothers and sisters out there in the 50 states. Like, there are people. They're also human beings who are suffering through a wildfire. Maybe we should help them. No? You don't think so? Okay. But little did we know, we would get some cosmic karmic justice. Hurricane Haley, Cat 4, strikes Baja California Peninsula. That was wild. We had some crazy waves over there in California because of that hurricane. And then it was just like, oh man, summer's already over. Like, this is crap. Like, it's already August. We just ran through 2023. All right. And now it's about survival mode, because all the stuff that we're hearing in the news, all the stuff we're seeing on social media, all the things in our face is that the world is on fire and no one is, like, the people in charge just aren't paying attention. That's where we're at now. Like, all of us normal folk, all of us, rational human beings who can see the things that are happening in front of our face. We've felt the pressure of inflation, greedflation. We felt the pressure of our lives just basically evaporating in front of us. And now we're just trying to survive. Okay, let me get through winter. Let me start prepping my body, prepping my mind, getting these resources so I can go ahead and survive winter. Because, September is here, it's done, August is over, and nothing really else has happened except I just feel the lackadaisicalness of my life. And then September, man, like, really wasn't, like, I think the world kind of understood, or the media kind of understood, like, there was, we got to give people some no news because all we got is bad news. Like, let's just stop. Let's just go ahead and stop. But you can't just stop ignoring the people because, United Auto Workers said, yeah, we're going to strike. We're going to go ahead and do that thing. Yeah, because we deserve livable wages. We deserve time off. We're human beings, not machines. We deserve this to happen. So we had this little flash in the pan here in September with the UAW strike happening. And now we're like, fuck. Okay. We got people, we got fights on fights on fights. We got the actors on strike. We got writers on strike. We got auto workers on strike. We got almost UPS on strike. We got, like, all of the people are so pissed, the regular people, us folk, who are suffering through it, who are backpacking the world, who allow each and every day civilization to continue the way it was supposed to go ahead and continue. That's us, right? We're out here doing a damn thing, and now we're getting some of that power back. We're getting some of that money back, even though it really, Like, let's be honest, it really is insignificant on the large scale of things because the system is broken. The system needs to shatter before we can all make some real progress. So that was September, right? We had that little flash, UAW strike, more strikes. We jump into October. This was going to be a fun October. And and then stupidity happened, right? You had Kevin McCarthy ousted as the Speaker of the House, so that all the circus, America's circus politics happened. And then October 7th, Hamas finally had enough of Israel's shit and launched some missiles, did an invasion, and this whole thing sparked off the Israel-Hamas. We're going to call it a war, but it's not. Israel is committing genocide and ethnic cleansing here in the Gaza Strip. But that's when it started, October 7th, right? So, once again, the world is turned upside down because the people in charge don't know what the hell they're doing, especially the superpowers out here in the world just aren't getting it, right? All these small nations are out here sparking wars because they realized, the United States isn't really that big and bad anymore. The United States really isn't going to help the people. They're going to help the government. So maybe we should just go ahead and take power. Maybe we should just go ahead and take our holy land. Maybe we should just go ahead and, start doing the things that we were scared to do because we thought America would go ahead and hold us accountable. But clearly international law ain't a thing no more. So guess what? We're just going to go ahead and do what we want to do. Yeah, that's October. That's the whole vibe of October. But in the middle of all that, a little glimmer of hope. Finally, Microsoft was able to acquire Activision and Blizzard. Activision Blizzard. So now, we can have some good, I guess Microsoft can have some good games, even though they lost the console wars. And so that happened in October as well. That's a little something that happened in October. But, now we're in October of 2023. It's already October of 2023. We got 2 full-blown wars happening on that side of the planet. And we're just out here. You know what? Fine. America, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to stay indoors. We're going to hunker down. We're just going to suffer through and just be quiet. And we're going to make it 2024 because 2024 is going to be my year. Okay? It is going to be my year. And then, just surprisingly, in November, we had San Francisco get a facelift real quick because the president of China had to come through, which was very odd why they had to clean up for China. Maybe, China's trying to buy some San Francisco property or who knows, who knows? We really don't know what's going on with these moneymakers out here, the people who really control the world, right? We're just out here trying to live our normal lives, right? So we had to clean up San Francisco for China so they can come through. And so now we're in November, right? We had Thanksgiving, sort of Black Friday, and now we're in December, and the war in Ukraine's going. The war in Israel's going. People are fighting. There's massive natural disasters happening everywhere. Everybody's upset. Everyone's suffering. Everyone's feeling the pressure. And we're like, let's just get to 2024, right? Oh my God, I'm done with all of this. So now we come into the end of 2023, trying to recap it all. It felt like 2023 went by so fast because so much crap happened. That's why 2023 felt like it went by so fast. Because now we're here. Congratulations, you made it to 2024. And really, we're just trying to wait and see. Right? We're trying to wait and see. Let's see what happens, y'all. Let's see what 2024 brings us, right? Because if we've learned anything, we've learned our lesson. And so now, here, in the beginning of January 2024, right? Let's make some predictions here because we got some things happening this year, y'all, that are pretty significant. Okay, we got Trump's trial. We're gonna see what happens with Trump, see if he'd actually be president. But I'm actually a little more excited about the Epstein's list. I'm trying to see who these people are. So that's coming out. Okay, we're gonna see what kind of bombshells that happens. See if people just start disappearing like Mr. Epstein did. Right? We're gonna go and try and elect a president this year too, which that seems far-fetched, especially considering who's allowed to be run. We got democracy being stripped away versus people's names not being on ballot. It's all of this to tell you guys, 2024, it is the year. When I say the year, I mean it is the year everything changes. It is the year real leaders step up and take charge because we're tired of handling shit from behind the scenes. It is the year where you get all of your stuff on point and you become the singer, you become the dancer, you become the artist, you become whatever it is you're trying to become. This is the year it is realized because we have already put in the work. I told everybody at the beginning of the pandemic when we realized that lockdowns were going to be a thing, there are two ways people are coming out of COVID. You are coming out better or worse. There's the only two ways you're coming out of COVID, right? So those of us who've been putting in the reps in the dark, at night, when no one's looking, those of us who have been putting in the mental juice for ourselves, keeping our mental positive, trying to make sure that we pay our bills and eat our food and doing the things, the reps, the Hollywood montage every single day because we know it is going to come back to us. That's this year. 2024 is the year of realization. It is the revolution year. Okay? I don't care what none of these people are talking about. I really don't. They don't do what they say they're going to do. All they do is take our money, take our votes, take our liberties, take our rights, and give them to somebody else, right? And we allow that to happen. Not anymore, okay? Not anymore. This is the year of revolution. We are going to make sure that we get what we are owed. That is ours, right? Because we put in the work. We're tired, period. We're tired of making sure that we hold up our end of this social contract and not getting anything in return. Okay? That is this year. 2024 is the year of the revolution. Okay? You heard it here first, IRL Nation. It is the year of revolution. And I know we are going to make sure that that happens. You want to know how I know? You want to know how I know? Because you're here. I'm here. I see the variables. I understand what they are. And I know I can lead us through it. I know I have the power to do that. Why? I'm doing it. It is different. I'm sure there were people sitting around in 1776 when, some crazy dude named George was taking his boat. Was like, I'm going over here and I'm going to start something new without the King of England. And I'm going to do it our way. We're going to get it done without y'all. That was wild thinking back then. It was treasonous thinking back then. And here we are in a nation that is clearly hell-bent on doing things the nation's way. Not for the people, but for the supposed nation. I didn't sign up for a genocide. I didn't sign up for ethnic cleansing just because our friends are doing it. Not my friends. I ain't doing that. I'm not trying to support that way of life. I'm not about that. I want peace. That's what I want. Everybody out here fighting for peace, right? At least that's what you think. No, it's these governments out here putting all this propaganda, putting all the words out, making you angry at them, and then now you got to pick a side. No, we're picking us. We are the revolution. We are going to change the way the world runs because it needs to be changed. It needs to be changed. My son and my family ain't safe out here. I know your kids, your family aren't safe in the world. It is too much going on this planet for us to ignore. We got bigger things like climate change. We got bigger things like tsunamis. We got bigger things like tornadoes, earthquakes, things popping up every single place on this planet. We got volcanoes happening in Iceland. We got earthquakes happening in Japan. We got tidal waves hitting we got tidal waves hitting California. It is go time. It is no longer do the reps. Those of us who put in the work and who came out of COVID better are going to be the ones handling business. Those of the people who chose to sit around and get worse, that's on y'all. That's on y'all. You should have put in the work. Ain't nobody out here going to save you. Government's not going to do it. Businesses aren't going to do it. Your job's not going to do it. You have to be the one to save you. That's why IRL Nation is here. That's why we exist, Nation. We are going to save each other. This is our tribe because we are the ones who put in the work. We are the ones who deserve it. We are the ones who earned it. So let's go out here and get it. Oh, I got me a little fired up there. Got me a little fired up. Let me calm down a little bit. Let me calm down. Get back to the show. Okay. So we're doing 2024 predictions. Woo! 2024 predictions. Here we go. Okay. I think Joe Biden dies. Sorry, Joe, but I think the stress of a campaign finally makes you croak, and Donald Trump goes to prison, and it's no longer Trump versus Biden 2024. It's randos 2024. Because, the people that everybody was fighting for, the red versus blue people, Republican versus Democrat, they're all trying to fight the other person. Now you got no one. Now you got to find somebody who can actually do the job or will actually fulfill what American people are wanting, right? Maybe some random independent just decides to take the whole thing because you're stupid and we want change. Maybe we'll just make a revolution and make our own constitution and secede from the United States, even though the United States really aren't united. We're just the states out here. We're not united, y'all, and we know that. Let's go ahead and try to bring back that USA, okay? Because guess what? It's revolution time. I'm going to keep saying it. I know it sounds wild. I know your brain is like, oh my God, it's not. No, it's time. It is time. Okay? So maybe Joe wins, maybe Trump wins, maybe no one wins, maybe World War III starts and we all just have to figure out how to survive. Maybe that's what happens because World War III, y'all, is happening. Just trust and believe it is happening. There's too many nations fighting, too many people, too many bullets are flying, too many missiles are flying. There's too much emotion about it. World War III is here. It started. It started last year. And now we're just catching up to it. That's all it is. And so we're going to survive this, y'all. I'm going to make sure that we survive this here on the IRL Nation, okay? Let me talk to you a little bit about what's coming up for me in 2024. I got a few more segments that I'm going to start doing. Okay, so we have the Stranger King segment, which is super popular. Oh, my goodness. I love having interviews with my brother. We're going to do way more of those, okay? So we got more Stranger Kings. I'm also going to start doing what I call dad talk, okay? It's all about men, all about dads being dads. And I really do think that the world would be a better place if more men got to be dads to their kids, right? So I'm going to start bringing that into the mix of our culture. I also am going to do what I call Revolution Radio, okay? Revolution Radio. It's going to be just like it sounds, all right? I'm going to have a radio segment. We're going to do call-ins. We're going to do music. We're going to talk about questions. You can ask me a question. I'm going to have you guys ask me anything you want, and we're going to talk about a conversation. And I want those uncomfortable questions. I want those zingers. I want those things that you are afraid to ask because now I want those things you're afraid to ask, okay? I'm a stranger to you. I don't want to be that stranger, but I am a safe person to ask a question to, right? Sometimes it's easier to confess a sin to a stranger than it is to confess it to someone that you know. It's weird that way, but that's how human beings are, right? We care about our tribe. We don't want our position in our tribe to be diminished in any way, but sometimes you need to get some off your chest. So, Revolution Radio, it's going to be sick. I cannot wait for all of these things. I'm also going to do more interviews with other people, more like special event interviews, because 2024 is about to be a crazy year, and I'm trying to get as much of it down as I can. Okay? All right, y'all. That's it for me. Thank you so much again, IRL Nation. Let's go ahead and make sure 2024 is our year, the year of the revolution, because we have done the work. We are going to make sure that we get what we deserve, right? Awesome. All right, Nation. May the odds be ever in your favor. Let's get it.